I found out my family sold my car from a Facebook comment. Not a phone call, not a message, a comment. Congrats on the sale. Hope the kid doesn't mind, LOL. The kid was me. I'm Ethan. I'm 21. That car was the only thing I owned outright. A faded blue Honda with a cracked taillight and a dented hood that looked like a question mark. I bought it at 17 with money from delivering pizzas and fixing neighbors' laptops. It wasn't pretty, but it was mine, or at least I thought it was. I was away at college when it happened. Second semester, finals week, 3 all-nighters in a row. My phone buzzed during a study break. A classmate tagged me under a marketplace listing. Isn't this your car? The photos were unmistakable. Same dent, same crooked bumper sticker. Price, $2,800. Seller name, my dad. I called home immediately, straight to voicemail. I texted, no reply. I opened Facebook again and saw the comment thread. Someone wrote, great deal, picking it up tonight. My mom had liked it. When my dad finally called back, his voice was casual, like we were discussing the weather. Oh yeah, we sold it. You weren't using it. I reminded him it was registered in my name. He said it was parked in his driveway, insured under his policy, and he handled it. I asked where the money went. Silence. Then, we needed to cover some expenses. Those expenses turned out to be my younger brother's gaming computer. I saw the unboxing photos 2 days later. RGB lights glowing like a spaceship. Caption, early birthday gift. I stared at my empty dorm parking permit taped to the wall and felt something inside me go very still. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just said okay. That summer I stayed on campus instead of going home. I picked up a maintenance job fixing broken desks and repainting hallways. It paid minimum wage and came with a free meal card. At night I learned basic coding from free tutorials. Not because I loved it, but because it felt like building a door where a wall used to be. By August I was freelancing small website fixes for local businesses. $50 here, $100 there. It wasn't glamorous, but every invoice had my name on it. Junior year, I landed a part-time internship at a tiny software startup above a laundromat. The office smelled like detergent and burnt coffee. The CEO was 24 and wore flip-flops to investor meetings, but he let me try things, real things. I worked weekends, learned fast, and said yes to every project no one else wanted. When graduation came around, they offered me a full-time role. Not a huge salary, but enough to rent a studio apartment and, eventually, buy another car. This time I paid cash and parked it in my own garage. 2 years later, our startup was acquired. Overnight, my modest stock options turned into a number I had to read 3 times to believe. It wasn't mansion money, it was security money, the kind that lets you breathe differently. I upgraded apartments, then bought a small condo near the river. Quiet building, good light, 1 parking spot with my unit number painted clearly on the concrete. My parents didn't know any of this. We spoke on holidays, short calls, safe topics. Then last fall, my brother messaged me out of nowhere. Hey man, thinking of selling my PC, trying to get a car. Any advice? I typed 3 responses and deleted them all. Finally, I wrote, buy something reliable, in your name. He sent a thumbs up. A week later, my dad called, friendly tone, asked how work was. Then he mentioned they were tight financially and wondered if I still had that tech thing going. I said I did. He laughed and said maybe I could help them trade in their old SUV. You're good with deals, he added. I looked around my condo at the framed purchase agreement on my desk from the day I bought it, at the keys to the car downstairs that no one else had ever touched. I'm sure you'll handle it, I said. He went quiet for a second, like he almost recognized the words. We ended the call politely. No drama, no speeches, just distance measured in decisions. A month later, I visited home for the first time in 3 years. The driveway looked smaller, the house too. My brother showed me his used sedan with pride. Clean title, his name on the paperwork. Learned my lesson, he joked. I smiled and meant it. Before I left, my mom asked if I wanted to park in the driveway overnight. I told her it was fine, I'd keep it at the hotel. She seemed surprised. I wasn't punishing them, I just wasn't leaving my keys on the kitchen counter anymore. Some people think independence is loud, big announcements, dramatic exits. Mine was quiet. It was reading a marketplace listing and deciding that next time the only person who could sell my car would be me.